It started with a letter bearing no return address, predicting something I couldn't have imagined, and it was just the beginning. My name is Rossow, and until last month, my life was as ordinary as anyone else's. I worked as a librarian in a quiet suburban town, loved my job, and cherished my routine. Even my weekends were predictably filled with reading, occasional outings with friends, and the comforting solitude of my small apartment. That is, until I began receiving letters that would turn my world upside down. It began one chilly October morning. I arrived at the library to find a neatly folded envelope on my desk. No stamp, no return address, just my name written in elegant handwriting. Curiosity piqued, I opened it to find a single sentence. Today, at 3 p.m., you will find a surprise waiting at the old oak tree behind the park. At first, I dismissed it as a prank or a piece of someone's creative writing. But when, exactly at 3 p.m. that afternoon, I decided to visit the old oak tree out of sheer skepticism, I discovered a small, wrapped package awaiting me. Inside was a note. This is only the beginning. A chill ran down my spine. The next day, another letter arrived. Tomorrow at noon, your favorite book will be missing from its usual spot. Sure enough, when I went to retrieve my favorite novel, it was gone. Panic began to set in as the letters continued, each predicting mundane yet unsettling events with uncanny accuracy. Tonight at 10 p.m., you will hear footsteps in the attic. Next Wednesday, a stranger will ask for directions to your office. I tried to rationalize it. Perhaps someone was watching me, or it was an elaborate joke. But the precision of these predictions left me unnerved. Determined to uncover the truth, I started documenting each letter and the corresponding event, searching for patterns or clues about the sender. As the days turned into weeks, the letters became more personal and disturbing. One read, "On your birthday, at midnight, you will see someone you thought you'd never see again." My birthday was approaching, and dread settled in. I couldn't think of anyone I'd never see again, until I recalled my childhood friend, David, who had moved away abruptly after a falling out years ago. Our friendship had ended bitterly, and I hadn't heard from him since. The day arrived. Midnight approached, and I lay awake, heart pounding. At the stroke of 12, I saw a shadowy figure standing at my bedroom window, watching me silently. My blood ran cold. It was David. I called out his name, but he didn't respond. He simply stood there, an eerie presence that sent shivers down my spine. When I looked away and back again, he was gone. Desperate for answers, I delved into old records and discovered that the previous tenant in my apartment had a history of obsessive behavior and mysterious disappearances. Could the letters be connected to them? I searched the building but found nothing unusual. No traces of the previous tenant, no evidence of their existence beyond old records. One evening, a letter arrived. Tonight at 11 p.m., you will be face to face with the truth. Filled with anxiety, I prepared myself for whatever was to come. As the clock struck 11, the air in my apartment grew inexplicably cold. Shadows seemed to lengthen and twist unnaturally. Suddenly, David appeared in front of me, his eyes hollow and filled with sorrow. "You don't remember," he whispered, his voice echoing unnaturally. "We were supposed to stay friends forever." Confusion and fear gripped me. I tried to speak, to understand what was happening, but words failed me. The room seemed to distort, reality bending around us. Images flashed before my eyes. Memories we shared, the falling out, the silence that followed. Then, a dark void opened behind David, revealing a swirling abyss. "You broke us," he said, his voice now tinged with anguish. "Now, you must remember." In that moment, fragments of repressed memories resurfaced. I remembered that fateful day when David disappeared, how our argument had escalated, and I had stormed out, never looking back. I had suppressed the guilt and fear, burying them deep within. The letters, the predictions, they were manifestations of my own subconscious, personified as David's spirit, seeking closure and forgiveness. Understanding dawned upon me. The haunting was not an external force, but a reflection of my unresolved emotions and guilt over losing touch with a dear friend. I reached out mentally to Emily's spirit, acknowledging my part in the estrangement and expressing sincere remorse. As the words left my mind, the oppressive atmosphere lifted. David's apparition faded, replaced by a sense of peace. The letters ceased, and the eerie occurrences stopped. I felt a weight lift off my shoulders, and a newfound clarity took hold. What began as a series of unsettling, seemingly supernatural events led me to confront buried memories and unresolved guilt. The haunting experience served as a wake-up call to address past mistakes and seek forgiveness, both from others and myself. If you've ever been haunted by memories or unresolved feelings, don't ignore them. Face them, seek understanding, and let go. Share your experiences. Sometimes, confronting the past is the only way to find peace.